You're 6 years old, you're sitting at home, bored with nothing to do. You're thinking, what can I do on the weekends? Well, the next time it's your birthday and your dad asks you what you want, you definitely want one of these. This is a Minimoto, and they ride these at the FAB-Racing British Minibikes Championship from 6 years of age. We're here at Rowrah in Cumbria for round 3. I'm joined by Crispin Vittoria, who's the Managing Director of Supermoto Racing, who's heavily involved with the FAB-Racing series these days. Now, Crispin, at round 1, we spoke briefly about your plans for the championship. You had some very exciting plans moving forward, and in the last couple of weeks, there's been some major news. You're going to announce that tonight, I know, to all the riders, but tell us about it now.
Yeah, I mean, we had all these great plans right at the start, but now we're actually making it reality. It's fantastic. I've been and spoken to Stuart Higgs, who runs BSB. He loves our plans to create this proper grassroots for the sport. He's getting right behind it, which is fantastic. And I've gone out and so far I've spoken to 7 BSB teams, and all of them have agreed to lend us their brand so that we can create mini versions of their teams racing here at FAB-Racing.
From other championships I'm involved with, I know that when big teams get involved, it starts to get very expensive for the riders. But you've basically got a world exclusive here, because this is going to cost the riders absolutely nothing. Tell us what they're going to get.
That's right. I mean, it's absolutely, we're here to build the sport and to get British champions. That's what we're about to do. We don't want to make it more difficult or more expensive. We want to do entirely the opposite. So actually, what we're going to do, each team is going to get their own branded gazebo that matches the branding of the Superbike team. That we're going to kit all the kids out in branded leathers, and we're going to rebrand their bikes, and that's at no extra cost to them. We're going to be covering that cost. We're actually going to go out and get local sponsors for the local riders, and that is going to help cover these costs of building these teams. So actually, it's not going to change much. It's still going to be the dads and lads, doing the mechanics. The teams are going to brand up the dads in all the team kit as well, so they're going to look the part. It's going to look fantastic, but it's not going to cost them any more money.
Okay, and for obviously a lot of riders in the championship, we've got guys from Scotland this weekend here at Rowrah. It's great to see them here, but what about other riders perhaps not been in the championship before then? What happens with them? If they come into the championship, how does that work?
Well, as always, this championship is open to anyone. You can turn up and ride whenever you want. You don't have to sign up for the whole season. Though, if you want to be in part of a team, you've got to guarantee that you're going to sign up and ride at every race, because we're going to be spending that money on you and building your profile up. But yeah, it's open to anyone. So anyone can do it, but we've only got a certain amount of team places this year. So if you want to be part of that team, you need to be turning up. You need to be getting in contact with us. FAB-Racing.com. Get in touch with us, and we'll tell you what you need to do.
They say in motor racing there is no such thing as a free lunch. Well, there is now, and if you want to be part of this new initiative, get in touch with FAB-Racing via the FAB-Racing.com website. Racing about to get underway. Mini GP 50 up first. Earlier I caught up with the championship leader. Harvey, leading the championship in Mini GP 50 this season, it's been quite a remarkable transformation from last season to this. You were probably running in the top 5 or 6 last year, but this year you're like a real world beater, and you're the man clearly everybody has to beat this season. What do you think's changed from the end of last year to the beginning of this year?
Well, I've been doing lots of sports, swimming and football, and some motocrossing to help my fitness. Okay,
and in terms of your raw pace then, anything changed on the bike?
No, my dad's just fixed it and it's helped me out a bit.
Looking forward, beyond Mini GP 50, obviously you'll go into the Mini GP 70 class next season, but beyond that, what are you hoping to do?
I really hope to do the NSF 250 at BSB.
And in terms of the championship this season then, just briefly, who do you think the main contenders will be to your championship bid effectively this year?
Scott Ogden and Callum Beach.
Well, that interview carried out earlier in the day, and he wasn't kidding. Harvey is on pole, but he's got Callum Beach alongside, as you'll see, with Scott Ogden there in P3. It's Crockford in 4 from Hopper, Stainer, Knight Hall, Finn Smart and Luke Coggins. going off P11. It's Hayden Rainford, followed by Holly Harris and Saffron Watley. The first race of the weekend is underway. Looks like Claridge has got the whole shot, has he? No! Ogden round the outside. And Ogden's backed himself the lead into the chicane for the first time. Claridge in those distinctive orange wheels there in second place. Beach is through in third place, followed by Crockford in fourth. We're on board here with the 87 bike of Jake Hopper as he come out through the McRae's hairpin, heading up to Iredale's hairpin, overtaking opportunity, both of them. That's Jeremy Knight in front, he's in fifth place. Hopper's in sixth, started fifth. Jeremy Knight started seventh up to fifth, so he's made up two so far. But it's Scott Ogden it is on that distinctive black and orange machine that leads it, with Harvey Claridge in behind. Race leader second in the championship, of course, Scott Ogden. Got the championship leader right behind him, with Callum Beach in behind him. Those are the top three. Brodie Crockford in that distinctive green suit. You can even spot that from the drone camera through the final turn at the end of the first lap. Now Claridge, will he look up the inside into the chicane? He will. Claridge, Ogden, Beach. From Crockford, then Hall, then Knight. That's Jake Hopper on the 87. White machine is Corey Stainer, then Finn Smart. The 12, Luke Coggins, and 71, Hayden Rainford, bringing up the rear at the moment. That's information for Jeremy Knight in front of us here. The 11-year-old from Newbury entered the series at round 5 in 2015. So doesn't have a lot of experience, but doing pretty well today, I have to say. He will get better and better, as a lot of the kids do when they come into this championship. Bear in mind, there is no club racing in mini bike racing. It's only at national level, so it's not like you can go into club meetings, get better and then enter a national series. You have to come into the national series. The 10-year-old Callum Beach, it amazes me to think that these kids are as young as 10 years of age riding these machines. Callum Beach now, though, 10 years of age, seems like he's been doing it since he was 1. I say you can ride these bikes from 10 years of age. Saffron Watley's only 8 years of age riding these bikes. She's well down the back of the field. But as I was saying earlier, as we see Brodie Crockford's information, the Southampton man, the 10-year-old in those very snazzy leathers. As I was saying earlier, you can't do club meetings in mini bike championships and build up your confidence and get better and better. You have to come into national level, which means effectively, if you're new to it, if you've only been on a bike, practiced a few times, and it's very difficult on these machines particularly to find anywhere to go and practice, of course. If you've not done it before, you have to come in and learn effectively on the job. And we may see Saffron Watley later on in this race. She may be lapped, but you have to bear in mind she's not done much on the bike, and it's about enjoying it. Get the experience on the bike. There she is, in fact, Saffron Watley. You can see the difference between the championship leader and Saffron, who's not done very much on the bike, but she enjoys it, and that's the main thing. Now, for the other guys coming past Saffron there, they've got to get past the traffic and negotiate the traffic comfortably. Holly Harris does as well. Back on board with Jake Hopper. Where's a window cleaner when you need one, Jake Hopper? Note to the cool FAB-Racing guys looking for sponsors for the individual kids. Mr. Sheen could be a good one for Jake Hopper. Mr. Sheen, make a note. Or SC Johnson, in fact. Mr. Muscle window and glass cleaner via SC Johnson. Anything that helps Jake Hopper keep his windscreen clean. That's the sponsor he needs. Back on board with the drone, that's Ogden and Beach. That's in the battle for second and third place. But Harvey Claridge, the championship leader, look, has checked out as the battle for second and third comes through the left-hander at Sunny Bend and out through Paddock Bend, the final turn on the circuit. Callum Beach was looking for the outside line, can't get it done. He's trying to switch back down the inside into the chicane. Gets his nose chopped off by Ogden. Here comes Cameron Hall on the 8 bike, now right behind Brodie Crockford. Hall has closed him down. That's Jeremy Knight on the 35 with our onboard cameraman. Jake Hopper, as they go across the start-finish line one more time, still battling for position. Holly Harris on the 15 ahead of us, the 10-year-old from Chippenham, sister of Fraser Rogers, of course. And it's going to be Jeremy Knight down one side and Hopper goes down the other. And Holly may have been a little bit surprised by that, but Jake not quite closed up enough on Knight. This is a great little battle, and these battles are important. The 14-year-old, here's another one. I say the 14-year-old, the 9-year-old, I beg your pardon, on the 14 machine, Finn Smart, up against Corey Stainer. Corey Stainer, 8 years old himself. Amazing how young the riders are riding these machines. Absolutely incredible. 16 is Harvey Claridge, the leader. He's coming on the traffic. That is the information for Corey Stainer. He's another one of those riders Seems like he's been around since he was 2 or 3 years of age riding these bikes. He hasn't, of course, just seems that way. Highly experienced, even though he's very young. Here's that battle. Lots of little battles on the track. And you want to come out on top of your little battle, because you may be battling for 2nd and 3rd. You may be battling for 7th and 8th, even 19th and 20th sometimes. Well, it may be 19th and 20th today, but next year on the same track, that battle might be for 1st and 2nd. And you might think, well, who's going to make up sort of 19, 20 places in a year? Who's going to get that much better? Well, this year, it's quite amazing. The difference is some of the riders, not least the man who's out front of the championship, Harvey Claridge, just put in the fastest lap. There he is. Last year, he was running around in the midfield. He's not running around in the midfield anymore as he goes past Stainer. Stainer and Smart having their own battle of trying to keep out of the way of the championship leaders to go into the last lap. Now Harvey's just got to be sensible here, just make his way past the traffic. Now Callum Beach, on the other hand, he's got to try and take advantage of the traffic on the last lap. Can he do that? That's the 12 bike, Luke Coggins, the 12-year-old from Bristol. Championship leader behind him. He's followed by Finn Smart and then Corey Stainer. Ogden behind him in 2nd place, trying to take advantage of Corey Stainer. Now, can he take advantage? Beach, no, it's in fact cost him 3rd place. And he backs off, shakes his head. That's his opportunity come and gone. And as they go across the line, it is Claridge who's very happy with the win. From Ogden there on the 19 in 2nd. Callum Beach there through on the 127 machine in 3rd. Corey Stainer looked very disappointed with his result. Brodie Crockford on the other hand there looks happy with getting 4th, and it was Cameron Hall coming through the line in 5th place on the 8 bike. That's the official result then. The Harvey Claridge bandwagon just keeps rolling on, and after the race I caught up with the race winner. Harvey dominated so far this season and dominated again in the televised race here at Rowrah. Must be delighted about that. Just talk us through the race from your point of view. It's pretty straightforward, I guess.
Yeah, well, at the start it was really tricky since I got a really bad start. Scott Ogden got in front of me, so it was tough until I got back past him.
But you got back past him and just went away from him. Who do you want to thank for your win this weekend?
I'd like to thank Nova Racing and all my family for coming.
Well, Harvey will go on to take 3 wins over the weekend. Callum Beach would take a couple of seconds in the races on the Sunday. The championship points now look like this, with Claridge a comfortable lead moving into round 4.